You're listening to the Platte River Bard.
Hello, and welcome to the Platte River Bard. This is Chris Berger.
And I'm Sherry Berger.
And we are here at Chanticleer at Pace, and we are talking with Todd Brooks. He is the director. Krista Freimuth, she is the stage manager. And Adam Fulbright, he is one of the actors for their upcoming production of A Chorus Line. I was just saying, it's been forever since I've seen this show. Very nice to talk with everybody here today. We are at Pace, the Pace Center today. Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you. We already are hearing your music that you have getting ready for this production.
They got a little loud.
It sounds wonderful. Mm-hmm. How are things going?
They're going great. We're right on schedule, and we had a lighting meeting this morning. We go into tech tomorrow and open on Thursday. So,
man, you guys are right up to it.
Yeah, we are. D-Day.
That's amazing.
We hit you on Tech Weekend.
Yes.
Yes, the time when everything comes out.
Yes. Yes.
But thank you for talking to us.
Oh,
thank you
our
for
pleasure.
having us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, is this, okay, director question real quick.
Yeah.
Is this your first time directing Chorus Line?
Directing this show? Yes.
Yes.
Not my first time directing, but...
Well, no, yeah, but I mean
yes.
directing Chorus Line, yes.
Yes, it is. Yeah, when they said it was on their season, I immediately jumped and put in my application to direct, and luckily they chose me, and I've loved this show ever since. I didn't have the fortune to see it on Broadway, but I did see the first touring company that went through.
Ooh.
And so that was quite eye-awakening. Let's just say I was a little... I was probably still in my teens. Yeah, when it came through, and I remember my mom listening to the cast album because she was hearing me play it in my bedroom, and it came upon the Val number, and I won't say it on here, but it's TNA.
Yes.
And my mom was like, "What kind of show are you listening to?" And then I told her, "Well, I've got tickets, and I'm going to go see it." And she's going like, "No." And I did get to see it. I went
all right.
But, yeah. So it's been with me for a while, and I just think it's an incredible piece of music theater. I mean, it was so ahead of its time. It was a first in a lot of arenas, and just by its simplicity with no set and minimal costumes except for the ending. And all of that stuff was just unheard of for any kind of a play or a musical that might go to Broadway.
Yeah, well, especially for a musical. I mean, you could always see a play that's sort of
right,
a more simpler type of stage, but gosh, not a musical. You really don't see that a lot.
Right. Well, at that time, I mean, it was definitely not a
concept musical.
Well, no, not driven by a star. It didn't have any names in the cast.
Right.
I mean, it was not driven by, we've got this person in the show, and that drove people in for tickets and stuff. So it was a little, people, it was
more about the ensemble. Yeah, it was more about the ensemble.
It was definitely about the ensemble and the whole concept of the show. And, it was, I mean, no wonder it won the Pulitzer, and all that stuff.
Yeah, fair.
Right.
All right, now, who? I gotta know.
Star-driven.
Star-driven. Yeah. Well, no, that's fine. So, Adam, now, who are you playing?
I play Alan DeLuca.
Alan DeLuca. Excellent. Now, is this your first experience with Chorus Line, or have you done the show before?
Oh, I wish I've done this show before. I want to do this show for the rest of my life.
Oh, no kidding.
Nah, I fell in love. We have a couple of years between us, Todd and I, but
Okay.
I also fell in love with it when I was a teenager, and this is the performer's show. Everything about it is just the zeitgeist of what we want and are driven to do.
Yeah.
And it's healing almost in that nature.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
So you like the dancing and the singing?
Oh, of course.
Good.
This is a triple threat show.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
This is you gotta be able to do everything. This is a show I could never do.
Nor
not
could I
much
at
of a
this point in my
dancer.
life.
I'm just a double threat. I don't do the dancing.
That's why I'm directing.
You've done some dancing.
I do very
You can
basic
make
dancing.
you can make it so that it's fairly, simplistic.
Well,
The longer choreographers know me, the further to the back of the stage I get put.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But there's a lot of iconic dance moves in this show that people just
Absolutely.
recognize with the show.
For sure.
So you were talking about maybe modifying it a little bit. There's maybe some leeway rooms in some numbers, but most of these numbers are just so written in stone
Oh,
that
are they?
they're almost sacrilegious if you try to mess with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so stupid question from a butts and seat person
Please
and
do.
behind the scenes person. So does that
Yeah.
mean that those dance moves came with your script and all of that? So you are using some of the same
We are
moves?
using some of the original Michael Bennett choreography and stuff like that.
Oh,
there-
did you have to research that, or does it come with?
Well, I'm not the choreographer, so I didn't have to research it. But our choreographer, Carrie Jo, she probably went to some resources like YouTube videos and things
Okay.
like that
Oh, sure.
to get some of those dance steps. Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Interesting. Yeah, I would think for this show that would mean a lot.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah. People just come because they know that dance
Mm-hmm.
number, or something. They've done it in high school or they,
Right.
yeah.
Some of it is written into the script because, like
Is
the
it?
opening number, Zach,
The line.
the line, he's
The line
calling out
kicks.
the
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
different
can't
moves.
deviate from what he's already
Right.
supposed to say. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I just wondered. I had never read it before.
That's right. Okay, Krista.
Krista.
Hi.
Krista is one of the most experienced stage managers in the Omaha area.
She's always stage managing somewhere.
I
She's
am.
Do you
amazing.
ever take time off?
I will, like, after the show, I'll be off until the end of July. So,
No way.
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna travel, aren't you?
Yes, I'm going to
think that's
Ireland.
That's why.
I know why she's traveling.
Very interesting.
We do
So,
have some listeners overseas.
absolutely we
Yes,
do.
we do.
So now, Krista, is this your, because you stage manage everything. Is this your first time stage managing Chorus Line?
Yes, and it
Is
was
it?
it was a bucket show. So when I saw it come out, I started talking to directors. Are you going to apply for this? Are you going to apply for this? And Todd was nice enough.
Yeah,
to take
she gave me
on.
a call.
Politely suggested
Yes,
that maybe
yes.
you should ask her.
Ow, ow, yeah.
I am of a certain age that yes, I was growing up. That was the show of the time, and
Yeah,
it was
that's right.
huge. Yeah, so.
So you're making sure that everyone is getting on with the right wigs and the right costumes and all the things.
I will be, yeah.
Not a lot of
That's a
set
lot.
change stuff though, so that's
No,
good.
that's
Yeah,
nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. So.
Now, Adam, is this your first show out at Pace Chanticleer?
At Pace, yeah. However, I think this is my 19th show with Chanticleer.
With Chanticleer,
Yeah.
over the years.
Oh,
Okay.
I miss 850 Frank.
Do you really?
Or 830 Frank. Oh, yeah. I grew up there.
Wow,
I met
fair.
my partner Riley there.
Right.
Fair.
Half the people in the cast I met there. I mean,
Yeah.
magic.
But this is such a fun building too. So.
It's a very interesting building.
Neat facility. It still has that new theater smell.
It does.
Oh, definitely. I'm waiting for their seats to get covered in just drinks and spit and everything.
And it'll feel like home.
It'll be just like home. So, Adam, since this is the first time we have you on our program, what
it's
is your?
Krista's first time too.
It is.
That's true. This is the
I've-
first
I've
time we got
ignored
you
you
in here
guys
too.
ever
I
since.
know. You
Yeah.
did say no. I don't want to talk.
I'm a backstage person for a reason.
Fair enough. What is your past experience in this area? You said you've done a whole bunch of shows with Chanticleer, but did you go to theater, or did you go to school for theater? Or
Oh, no,
did you
no.
just kind of stumble into it? or-
College is a scam.
Fair.
No, I started doing theater at Chanticleer in 2005 when I was 5 years old, and I haven't missed a season yet. I kept doing shows, and now I've been everywhere from the Loft, Ralston, Papillion La Vista. I feel like I'm a theater veteran now. I've even done a show at a theater that's closed.
Oh, hey, all right.
There you go.
Elkhorn Valley, all the way out there.
Oh, wow.
No, and now I'm on the board at BLT. I think
Nice.
I've done everything in tech except for directing and choreo.
Okay.
I've been around. I think
you.
about 63 shows. About.
Nice.
Wow.
Good for you.
You would have last seen him
for
in White
you.
Christmas.
Was it a White Christmas over at BLT?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
Very
was
good.
guilty.
That was well received, from what I understand. I was not able to get over there, but that
Thankfully.
was- yeah. Well, that's excellent. So now, when did the acting bug bite you?
Oh,
Like
the
early,
first show.
early.
First show. It's just something about it. You go in there and it's a
How did you
culture
do it
all
for the
its
first
own.
time? I mean, you said you were. I mean, you were.
Oh,
really
my mom.
young.
My sisters wanted to do theater.
Ah.
And so my mother took the two of them, and since I was there too, she's like, "I'll take you along." And they made all three of us audition. and my sisters who wanted to be there didn't get in, and then I did. And I've been doing it ever
Is
since.
that the way?
Isn't it a classic chorus line story?
Yeah, it's very much like Mike.
The one who wasn't supposed to be there and didn't really want to do anything ends up getting in the show.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, now, Todd, you mentioned, of course, this is the first time, your first experience with chorus line.
Correct.
But you've been directing for a while. How long have you been directing? And how did you get started on the directing track?
I started directing some stuff in my college years, which I'm not going to date. And then outside of that, actually, I got my first kind of community directing gig at the Chanticleer. I directed Blood Brothers.
Okay.
Oh, probably early 90s. And then from then on, I've just been kind of music directing, and well, I've been on stage too and stuff like that. Been in numerous Chanticleer productions, so been fortunate. So
not just a director, you also get on stage sometimes?
I do. Chanticleer, I was George in Sunday in the Park with George. I was Seymour in Little Shop of Horrors. I was the narrator and Lee Harvey in Assassins.
You do the Die Hard. You're on stage. For
Well,
Die
yeah,
Hard.
that was at Blue Barn.
Yeah.
But
Did you do the Die Hard? Yeah.
yeah. So
That's great.
and then I've been OCP. I did a number of shows there. Big River was my big one. I won the Mary Peckham Award for that.
Nice.
And then
Congratulations.
I did like 3 seasons with them, and then I kind of branched out to other theaters. BLT, I've done How to Succeed in Business directing out there, and music directed for Footloose, and some other ones that's going to slip my mind now. And then, of course, as you guys know, on another podcast, I was the president of Snap for quite a while, and did numerous shows with them. I mean, a lot.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that we won't go into. And directing, music directing on stage, all that stuff for them. So, I've been around doing some stuff.
Yeah.
Haven't got out to the loft yet, and I'll get out there.
Come out and see.
Yeah. People have been trying to get me out down to Glenwood, and I haven't done that yet either. But I'll make it.
I know. We can only go. I know. It's like I have so many friends at so many theaters, and we're always all working.
Yeah.
And we try to go see each other, and sometimes it works out, and
Yeah,
it seems like most of the time it's like, no, I got a show, I got a rehearsal.
Right.
It's all right.
Yep.
But that's why I like doing the podcast.
Yes, because I actually get to talk to some of my
at
friends
least we get to
sometimes.
talk
There you
to
go. There you go.
So what other bucket list shows do you both have? So this, Adam, for you, this is
Was this a bucket list?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, 100%.
Yeah.
A bucket list show. Oh, God. Oh, no, I want to do Sunday in the Park with George. So bad. I want to do all of Sondheim's work before I go.
Fair enough. It's not a bad goal.
no.
It's not a bad goal at all. Do you have a bucket list show coming up? You said this was kind of a bucket list director show for you.
I've been very fortunate. When I've done a lot of shows that I've wanted to do.
Yeah.
Either on stage or directing or music directing. Nothing's like flashing out at me that
Fair.
I'd love to do Lacage at some point, or but I don't see it coming up on anybody's roster. So, but it's out there in the world now.
Yeah.
That's true. Put it out there. Put it out there.
But
And what about you, Krista?
I don't have any bucket list shows.
No?
No. This was the one.
This was the one.
This was
It
the
was
one.
the one.
That's cool.
There might be more when I see him come, but like Todd
Yeah.
said, I really can't think of anything that
yeah, off the top.
off the top of my head.
Isn't that
so.
funny how it works, though?
Yeah.
You have something in your mind that. Has there ever been a time that you've done a show and you've just been like, this was an unexpected thing? I would like to, I didn't realize that I needed to do this show, kind of situation.
Interesting.
Yeah. Have you ever hit a part where you went, it was like, oh, this will be fun to do, and then you got into it, and you're like, I'm so glad I did this part. I didn't see this coming. This was so important, to me. This is something that just seemed like it was, oh, this will be fun. I'll do this. And then it was like, wow, this is one of the
I had
greatest
no idea
experiences
it
of
was
my
gonna
life.
be- Yeah.
Have you guys
I
ever
mean-
wandered into that kind of situation?
Oh, I couldn't think of it, and then I immediately remembered. Oh, Grease.
Grease.
I've never seen the movie, and I got dragged via my girlfriend Riley to go audition at BLT, and I got Kanicki, and I'm up there doing Grease Lightning, and out of nowhere, that entire cast just bonded so tightly that we're, to this day, like half of us are in this show right now. We
cool.
follow each other around, and that show got me down to Bellevue, and now I'm on the board of BLT, and I'm just so energized to work in that area and just help that theater.
That's really cool.
And that never would have happened if I never got dragged to a show I didn't want to do.
Yeah, and got cast in Grease. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I've talked to a lot of actors, and I've had that experience where you'll hit certain shows, and you'll have those casts, and a sort of a core of that cast will just sort of bond, and sometimes they'll follow each other around, and always make it a point. We had a little bit of that during one of our Christmas Carol years when I was over at the Playhouse. There's kind of a core of us that we still kind of all keep in contact. It's really nice when that happens. That's awesome that you've had that experience. Have you had that kind of thing where you hit the show, go, oh, I'll direct this, and then it was like, wow,
Well,
I'm so glad I did this.
and I'm not saying this like as a brag or anything,
Right,
but
right.
It's like my time is so precious to me that I usually don't pursue a project that I'm not already passionate about.
Fair enough.
Right.
Just because I don't
That's
have the time or the luxury to go, well,
Yeah.
I'll try that.
That's fair.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
recently, that's probably not been the case. Maybe back in my youth, there was things that were more, castings that I went after going like, I just want to be in something, But
Sure.
right now, no. Nothing rings a bell. Everything's been great. I mean, I love the people that I work with, and
gosh,
there's been shows that have bonded a lot better than other shows,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've had shows that I went, I can't wait to get out. But that's been very rare, and
is rare.
I won't mention them on tape. And but more than not, it's always been the cast seemed to bond a lot better, and I've had some shows where it seemed like every night they were having a party, and
Yeah.
they couldn't get enough of each other.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm not asked to be there, but no, it's fine. But I love it when you get a cast that really bonds, because that just helps everything. That just helps them on stage. They have each other's backs. There's not this whole like if they fail, they fail. I'm not going to pick up after them, type of attitude. And that's not happened recently in shows that I've done. So,
nice.
I guess I'm blessed in that way. So
That's great.
It's nice. It's nice when you get those kind of casts that
Yeah.
everybody's just, everybody looks out for each other.
yeah.
How about you, Krista? Have you ever stage managed a show that you didn't realize you needed to stage manage? You needed this experience?
But I guess my biggest one that comes to mind was American Son at Benson.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was- I mean, it was not a lighthearted show at
No,
all.
no,
And
not at all.
I hadn't done any major dramas like that, but I just loved the cast, and it was. And Kathy Tyree was the director, and she was just
She's
lovely
amazing.
and so making sure we all were doing okay because of the subject matter on that.
Yeah,
For sure.
exactly.
But it's just one that sits in my memory that I really, and it was a fluke I got it because they had posted on Facebook they were looking for a stage manager. They hadn't hired anybody yet, and I was actually in, I want to say Germany.
Oh, were you in Germany at the time?
I was doing a vacation, and I'm like, okay, I'm not back until this date,
Right.
but I can help if you want. And so I got in there, and yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
That was fairly recently, a couple of years ago.
2022.
Was it 22? It's a couple of years.
2022.
American Son was
Yeah.
pretty recent. Yeah.
Yeah, the summer of 2022. So
It is so interesting when you put a group of people together that don't know each other very much and just, see what happens. It's just a big experiment
Yeah.
sometimes.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
So, what are some of the things that you promise some of your theater goers with this show? What kinds of things are they going to see when they come to
Yes.
see the show?
For someone who, on the off chance, has never seen Chorus Line.
Or they just saw the movie.
Or
like
they just
me
saw the
back in
movie,
day.
which not everyone is a fan
Well,
of the movie adaptation of really anything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like the book. Well, the book was better, and a lot of times you hear, well, the play was better.
Well,
Yeah.
So,
this show is ingrained to be a theatrical experience and not a movie experience.
I think so too. I
And,
think you're right.
And that's why the movie did.
well, and some of their
yeah.
casting choices were anyway.
Hey, that's all right.
We're a little
We don't
out
know
there,
those people. Who cares?
But no, they're going to see people. I mean, it's actually an actor's show. So, I mean, everyone gets their chance to shine, which is not always the case in a lot of musicals. Usually you have your leads and then you have your chorus that come on and sing and stuff.
Right.
Not to belittle choruses, but, they don't get their spotlight.
Yeah.
And everybody in this show gets their chance to shine. Don't you think, Adam?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so it's just great in that respect that nobody is relegated to the shadows. Everyone has, and actually everyone gets a great piece of theater to make. They don't get, it's not just a throwaway line or whatever.
Right.
And you're going to see a lot of people shine that you go, wow, I didn't know that person had it in them.
Nice.
Everyone has come up to the mark. Everyone, in fact, this last week, I've seen so much improvement. And maybe because we dropped book and we're not calling for lines now.
That's the time.
But everyone's raising their own personal bar. And every night I'm just more pleased with what I see on stage. I don't have to write as many notes. That's great too.
It's always good.
And it's just, it's fun. I forgot how funny the show is.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah. When I said yes to it and all that stuff and I was discovering it, I was just like, this is pretty funny. I forgot how funny the monologues were and stuff that you don't always hear on the soundtrack or the cast recordings.
Right.
I was chastised as a youth not to say soundtrack.
That's right.
So cast recording.
Cast recording.
It's not the true version of the whole show. So there's a lot of things that are not on that CD, download, whatever you want to call it now.
They're still albums. They're still albums.
Right?
You can still say album.
So there's a lot of surprises that way that you're like, oh, I forgot that was in the show. If you'd seen the show and you hadn't seen it in a while, like you were saying.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of moments for everybody to shine, and everyone shines in those moments. And I'm proud as a director that I can actually say that and not have to kind of say it. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
That I'm really pleased with everybody in the line. And in the cut people that are in the audition at the beginning, they come back in different scenes and stuff like that, and they're mustering up characters and stuff like that to flush out some of these storylines that I hopefully is an original way of directing it that I don't see in some other versions. And then I'm just pleased that we were able, and it's such a diverse cast too, which is it's sometimes nerve-wracking to cast something like this because there's so much out there, especially in this day and age. It's like a tinderbox of if you don't exactly match what these people are supposed to be cast as, you get kind of some flack.
Sure.
So it was challenging in a way to kind of cast it because you had to have certain people. You have Hispanics, you have Black, you have people that look Italian, people that look there's these different ethnicities and stuff, different body types, different all of this stuff, height, all this stuff to deal with, and I think we pulled it off, and
that's great.
I'm really proud. That, and we pulled it off well. We've got people in these roles that are just blowing it out of the park. So, I'm just really pleased. Makes my life a lot easier.
I was going to say, it makes your job easier for sure.
Right. So it's always so great when you get so many people to come out for auditions.
Yeah.
You have that. Otherwise, how are you supposed to?
And harkening back to that other question, I mean, that's what people are going to be like wowed about when they see the show. They're like, wow, I didn't know, I didn't know that person was even in Omaha. I didn't know that person, or whatever. You
we ended up getting a couple of guys from the Air Force that hadn't done theater since like high school. Yeah, we had put out a call that we needed some more guys, and they came and auditioned.
Oh, that's
and that was a good thing about our theater community too, was that when we were having trouble casting some certain roles because of ethnicity and stuff, I reached out to a lot of directors and a lot of people in the community and said, do you know of anybody that might match this profile, might do this, blah, blah, blah. And everyone was just opening up their arms and emailing me back saying, like, I'll think about this, blah, 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 So it's great when our community rallies together and they don't just keep in their own little whalehouse, and you're able to have that resource.
Oh, this sounds like such a fun show.
Yes, I was saying, gosh, I haven't seen it forever. That's awesome.
Because when I did see the movie, I wasn't completely impressed with the movie. So it is, really a positive thing to want to see it this way.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I can't say enough. Well, I can. I just won't say anything about the movie.
I saw the movie for different reasons when I was young.
Really?
Yes. Well, I was a big Roy Scheider fan, and I may or may not have a giant crush on Sandahl Bergman from Conan the Barbarian.
Oh, may or may not. Got it.
Just saying.
Just saying. Putting it out there.
But yeah, no. It's nice to see that somebody's been doing this. This is one of those shows that's like, oh, hey, Chorus Line. And then you start to think about it, it's like, when was the last time somebody did Chorus Line?
Yeah.
Well, Blue Barn was supposed to do it.
And then COVID.
And COVID hit.
Did COVID put the kibosh on that? Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yep.
Now,
Yeah.
just like
I always tell people, if you know my name, I have not done my job right. So, in a
Right.
show, if you come see a show and you know who I am, other than as a friend.
Yeah.
fair enough.
That's great.
Yeah.
So this is going to be May 9th through the 12th and the 16th through the 19th. Gosh, I can barely read this.
Correct.
So small.
Yes.
So 8 shows.
Yep, 7:30 and 2.
I say, yeah, you guys are opening on a Thursday. That is a bit unusual, but hey, gives you a
That's Chanticleer Way.
Thursday, Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday.
That's great.
That's all right. I like that. I like having longer runs anyway. But then I don't know. I think I got that way because
Well, you put in so many hours
I know.
to get it to a point
I
that if you have if you only have one weekend, it's really,
I know
I don't know if it's worth the. I mean, I shouldn't say I don't know if it's worth the effort because yes,
it is.
but
you
just-
want to do more.
Just to be fair, because it doesn't give the actors time to kind of just lay back in a role and yeah. I think everyone's just going to be really happy with it. I am. So
Oh, awesome. Well, all the luck, break all the legs, and your 8 performances, you guys will do great.
Yes, can't wait. I'd like to come down and see it. I haven't seen Chorus Line in forever.
It'll be great. You
Yes.
guys will do great.
it will be.
Yep, you guys. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
Thank you,
much.
Todd. Thank you, Krista. Thank you, Adam, for talking with us here at Pace Chanticleer about the upcoming production of Chorus Line. Come out and see it, folks.
Yes. And please tell Riley we said hello.
Will do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See Chanticleer's A Chorus Line at the Hoff Family Arts and Culture Center at Pace on May 9th through the 12th and the 16th through the 19th. Tickets can be purchased at paceartsiowa.org.
Thank you for listening and supporting the arts in the Platte River area and beyond. Please subscribe to our podcast so you are sure to catch all of our future episodes and join us on social media. See you next time on the Platte River Bard.